Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
G'day, Fight Net Radio fans. This is your wonder from down under, the Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science International correspondent, Sam Navagiro from the Exceptional People podcast, where this week's episode is with co-promoter and Hosking Promotions boss Lyndon Hosking regarding this month's Battle of Bendigo in Bendigo, Victoria, Australia. This week for Fight Net Radio, I'll be covering Fight Net Radio's You Can't Polish a Turd, but You Can Roll It in Glitter contest from Mexico, and also give you an update on the upcoming Michael Pretty Boy Zerafa versus FNR's favourite former world champion, Jeff the Hornet Horn, in Bendigo, Victoria. First up, from the Centro de Usos Múltiples, Hermosillo, Mexico, proudly brought to you by Matchroom Boxing and streamed on Andrew Lapachet's favourite streaming service, DAZN. The WBC Super Flyweight title was up for grabs between reigning champ Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada and the US's Dwayne Mr. Stop running Beeman. In front of 12,000 rabid fans, Estrada knocked out Dwayne Beeman in the 9th round, retaining his title in his homecoming fight. The fight came 4 months after Estrada took the belt by hard-fought and action-packed unanimous decision in a title bout with the Thai star Shamalama Ding Dong at the Foreman in Inglewood, California on April 26, victory that avenged the 2018 decision loss. Estrada, a former unified flyweight world titleist and ranked number 8 on the ESPN pound-for-pound list, was in his first bout of the co-promotional agreement with Matchroom Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn. Look for the unification bout against fellow title holder Khalid Yafai of England, who is also promoted by Hearn, on the undercard of the rematch between unified heavyweight title holder Andy Ruiz Jr. and former titleist Anthony Joshua, who are scheduled to meet December 7th in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia. And finally, for this You Can't Polish a Turd, but You Can Roll It in Glitter weekend of boxing, over to Bendigo, Victoria, Australia. Tickets are selling fast for the much-awaited, highly anticipated main event of the month, the Battle of Bendigo. Jeff Horn, former world champion and Australia's greatest active boxer, makes his Victorian debut on August 31st in Bendigo against tough Melbourne boxer Michael Zerafa. Zerafa's 28 fights with only 3 losses and going the distance with former world IBF welterweight champion Cal Brook in England will see this being an all-action, must-win fight for both boxers. The August 31st Battle of Bendigo for Horn is crucial. His team are in discussions for a world title in his next fight, and a loss to Zerafa will destroy those aspirations. While for Zerafa, a win will elevate him as the only Australian to beat Jeff Horn and put himself into contention for a world title. Tickets start at $39 and can be purchased from tickettech.com.au or order your pay-per-view from Main Event. That's it from me. This is Sam Navajiro, Fight Net Radio's Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science international correspondent and #1 casual fan. For more of my gold, look for my Exceptional People podcast on iTunes and my latest episode where I interview co-promoter of the Battle of Bendigo, Lyndon Hosking of Hosking Promotions, or visit exceptionalpeople.com.au for past episodes. Bye for now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. My name is Lee Honish, and as you can tell, I wrote today's show. The other guy on the other end of the line is Andrew Labouche. He is easy to set off. Don't believe me? If you don't think that I didn't plan everything that just occurred, it's only on the video, Andrew. The people on the audio that are hearing this intro,
well, they got a little history lesson because of it, too. Maybe they picked up a Bible.
Just on the video portion. I'm now doing things that are specifically for video and for audio. First and foremost, big shout out to Sam Navajero, who watched all the fights that you and I didn't want to watch, or all of them.
We will have my video next weekend. I was gonna do it this weekend. I got sick on Friday night. I don't know what the hell happened.
Man,
I went to some low budget clinic to work, and fucking I got out of there sick. Go figure, huh? So.
Go figure.
So, yeah, maybe washing my hands a lot more when I'm in that place. Fucking A.
Well, for those of you who don't know, my name's Lee Honish. That is Andrew Labouche. We are Fight Net Radio. We both own it. We both produce it. And Andrew wrote today's show. Go watch the video. If you're just listening to the audio and you're going, why is Andrew so bent out of shape? What did I miss? 10 minutes of bliss on video. 10 minutes of bliss on video. And a great letter from my daughter. Pretty amazing. First and foremost, support our sponsors, LasVegasDiscount.net. We're coming up on a fight weekend, so go to LasVegasDiscount.net. Can you tell that I had to restart my computer before this show started? Let's get started, Andrew. Let's get right into it, shall we? Hold on. On Thursday night, hold on. I wanted to play his music because I'm really excited about this, Andrew.
Wow. Thursday night fights. You're covering it today.
I'm covering it. Bro.
Yeah,
I did. Hold on. All right, hold on. I wanted to play his music because I think it's important, right? There we go. Oh, that's why. Come on. Why am I not? There we go. Hold on. That's why
it's a lot louder.
There we go. It'll be a lot louder.
Okay.
Cool. Jose Feliciano and Gennaro Gomez are the two rising prospects on the rise who meet at a crossroad on Thursday night. Don't really know who won, but there's like a great documentary coming out on Jose Feliciano on HBO, Andrew. And there you go.
Whenever I hear that song, I know I'm eating tamales.
This show is off the rails. Let me tell you when I wrote this joke in my mind, Andrew. In my mind, you were going to go, no, it's Luis Feliciano, not Jose Feliciano. And he's not a singer. See, I was hoping for that softball that I was pitching over the plate. I never saw the tamale joke thing coming. There's no way I'm talking about this fight.
No, come on.
Wait! Okay. Do you want to talk about Juan Francisco Estrada, Andrew?
The best fighter maybe out of Mexico right now.
You watched it?
Oh, yes, sir.
Give me a highlight. Let's get the Andrew puppet on the screen. The floor is yours, Andrew.
Well, last night he fought in front of his...
First of all, who won?
Juan Francisco Estrada knocked him out, I believe, in the 9th round. He was fighting in front of his hometown. There was a sold-out crowd. They very loud. It was a real nice showing for him going home. He looks like a star, Lee. I think they're going to have a star here. Reminds me a lot of Juan Manuel Marquez. Yeah, he has defeats on his record, but he might be getting better with age to a point where he's going to be the best fighter out of that country. And that's with me knowing Canelo Alvarez lives there. He has star quality opponents there, and in the division above him, we've already went through them. Really, it's the division above him that has Inoue, it has Nonito, and it has Neri. These three guys are going to put Estrada on the pound-for-pound ranking for sure. He still has Netes, too, in his own division he could take on, and also Arkin. Remember the Filipino kid, the young man we went to go see in Fresno, Lee? He has him in that division, too. These are all big fights. This crowd was sold out. We know Mexicans, they will show up for the little fighters, right? They respect the little guys as much as they do the bigger ones. So, no, I think, Estrada, he looked great. He's a boxer, puncher, great power in both hands, combination. He was kind of showboating last night. Yeah, there was a round, Lee, where he kept hitting the young man Beeman, and Beeman put on a hell of a fight. Take nothing away from him. He's just not Estrada, and we're gonna say that a lot as Estrada keeps going. It was a competitive fight early, but Estrada's combinations and his power are just too much, and eventually he started breaking down Beeman, who was in excellent condition. Definitely a professional fighter, takes his craft seriously. His body showed that, but it wasn't enough. He got dropped twice early, left hooks. Then Estrada kind of started cruising, but late in that fight, I thought it was going to go the distance. I thought after he got the knockdowns and he was hurting the kid. One thing I didn't like about last night, I thought they should have stopped the fight before the TKO. The Beeman started taking a lot of punishment in the middle rounds there. Combination after combination, everything landing. And Lee was to the point where he's walking back on wobbly legs as the bells are ringing. Not a good look for the sport. You know what I mean? He was clearly behind on points. We're getting into the last 4 or 5 rounds of the fight. Just stop it. He's not going to do it. They didn't. He carried on. He finally got knocked out. Estrada did some showboating. It's for the home crowd. I've never seen him do it before. He was punching the kid like with the 1-2, bam, bam, and then he'd put his hands on the ropes and lean back like if he was just relaxing. The kid would come in, he'd throw a 1-2 again, and immediately put his arm on the ropes like he was relaxing. He did that like 3 or 4 times in front of the guy. Beeman couldn't do nothing to change that. Mismatch, I don't know. 16-1-11 going in, contender. Also, Estrada's had a lot of hard opponents here. Rungwizai twice in his last, I believe, 3 fights. So they gave him a little bit of a break on this one. Young man had power. He hit Estrada a few times that woke Estrada up. I didn't see him hurt him, but you clearly seen his head look at the lights, and he picked his hands up. So overall, it was a damn good fight, though. I really like the fight. Like I said, I'm super high on the WBC super flyweight champion Estrada right now. El Gallo, I believe, is what they call him.
There you go. Good job, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Let me cover my fights from last night. I was at Roy Jones Jr. boxing promotion. Connor Coyle, Santiago Dominguez, Adrian Gutierrez, the 3 undefeated fighters. Guess what? They're all still undefeated. Great.
Connor Coyle.
About it.
Connor Coyle, how did he do?
Okay, do you know about it? Did you see the news about it?
No.
So
that's why I'm asking.
Connor, who comes out he's a white undefeated fighter. That's why Andrew's excited, for those wondering. Comes out to that brogue music, right? The Irish music. He's got the Irish brogue, the whole bit.
Nice.
First round, he beat the crap out of the guy. Second round, the guy that he was fighting punched him, shook his hand like he broke it. His corner threw in the towel, and that was the end of the evening. Andrew, I got there 6:30. I was out of there by 8 o'clock.
Nice. Yeah, I got to see what I picked. No, it was part of my fight predictions, you dork. I don't give a damn about
if
being
you took Connor Coyle, he won by TKO, technically.
TKO, okay. Yeah, I don't know where my paper is. I did all right this week, I think, but I'm probably still in the back. You know what sucks about this stupid fight prediction shit? I'm going to tell you what sucks about it, and I'm going to talk to Champ later on.
All right.
Real
by the way, give a shout out to Champ and that board and
Champ Ross in the fight predictions, yes. Fight Prediction League, I believe is what it's called. But either way, Lee, it's very hard. There were 16 fights yesterday, and we're supposed to pick the winning and the way of all of them.
Andrew, you are. That's how a fight league works, much like fantasy football, which, by the way, Andrew, did you know the fantasy football draft starts on Monday, Andrew. That was a good segue. Good job,
That's
Andrew.
great. That is not as hard as picking the outcome, the fighter, and the round. It's that round. That round shit is like the mega number on the lotto, right? It's like the super. Holy smokes. Hey, I picked one guy to get knocked out in 2 rounds. He got knocked out in 1 round. I picked another guy to get knocked out in 4 rounds. He got knocked out in 3 rounds. Like, son of a bitch, man. All that. Go ahead, Lee. Could have been rich.
You know, it's great living at the beach. There are great things and bad things. I'm just saying that out loud.
No
Fantasy Draft is at 8 o'clock on Monday, Andrew. It was designed specifically for you so that you could for sure be there. Are you on call Monday night? Because that would be hilarious.
No. Yeah, no. We're good. We are good.
All right, cool. Let's get back to the boxing. And let's talk about the fight both of us watched. Huh, Andrew? Let's talk about it, shall we? Exciting as all get out, huh? Anthony Yarde, not Yarde, Anthony Yarde, right? Took on Sergey Crusher Kovalev in Mother Russia. And we have intro music for it, Andrew. Ready? This is the music that Drago came out to, Andrew. And for those listening going, I don't get it. What movie is this, Andrew?
I'm guessing Rocky. You said Drago. Yeah.
It's Drago's intro, bro.
Look at his mom. Mom pretty happy.
So what did you think? I mean, according to Andre Ward, he was 2 or 3 punches away from losing the fight. He comes back in the 11th round. Yarde runs out of gas, for those of you who didn't see the fight, and loses the fight spectacularly. Give me your feelings about Sergey Crusher Kovalev. By the way, for those wondering news-wise, Main Event has already said, yep, we'll fight Canelo. Expect the announcement sometime this week. What did you think about Sergey live from Russia? Russia would love with Sergey Kovalev. Go ahead, Andrew.
I thought it was an awesome fight. Early in that fight, I didn't think Sergey was going to win this at all. Yarde has a lot of skill. Or no, you know what? Excuse me. Scratch that. A lot of talent. As soon as I heard he doesn't spar, I knew Kovalev was going to knock his ass out. I'm sorry. I didn't know this kid does not spar. You know, Lee, when I seen that on a fucking meme and I thought it was a joke. I thought they were just making fun of him or whatnot.
Nope.
When they literally, thing. Yeah, Lee, what? Like, are you, man? This kid's never went over 8 rounds. He's fought nothing but bums, and you're gonna go fight Sergey Kovalev in a 12-round fight and not spar anyone, do a round robin once during training? Because really, that's what gets you ready for the late rounds, is when you do those round robins with, what, 4 guys, 6 guys?
We call it, in jiu-jitsu, we call it a circuit, and it happens all night. But I guess for him, it happens once in training. I'm going to actually send those notes over to my trainer for jiu-jitsu and go, hey, we only need to do circuits once during time getting ready. You know how hard he'd laugh at me if I actually said that out loud?
We want to stay fresh, huh?
We want to stay fresh for the fight, bro. No, I don't need to run either, okay?
When you're dead tired and you're fighting a new guy in round number 9 and 10, 11 and 12, that's what gets you prepared for these type of situations. When that fresh guy is throwing fresh combos on you, his power is real. He's coming to hurt you. That's what gets you ready for these types of situations. It's incredible that these men, it's almost, they set them up to fail. That they put him in with Sergey Kovalev with no training for the late rounds. Pad work? That's what we're working on to fight professionally? And not only that, the hands down don't help when you don't know if you even have the energy in rounds 9 to 12. Nah, bad pick. You know, I went for the upset here.
You almost had it.
Yeah, in the first 5 rounds, he looked good. He looked decent. That's why I said his talent is there. You know, I don't know what he has to do. Make some improvements just in his own training with his trainer, or get a new trainer altogether. But if his trainer is the one that told him, I love Sergey's mom. You see, Sergey's mom was worried the whole fight too, and she's just happy as hell when her son finally knocks that boy down. And it does look like he gets his fighting from his mother. I think his mother would whoop his father. I'm just going to go out there and say that right now. Look, she's too damn happy, Lee. She's too damn happy.
Should we ask Bill Cosby what he thought about the fight? I'm afraid to ask Bill Cosby. I'm afraid to ask Bill Cosby what he thought about the fight, but we can ask him. Bill, what'd you think about the fight?
All right.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Excellent fight for Kovalev to do that at home. He definitely has the backing again of the people. I don't know how many of them are going to follow him over here to Vegas to take on Canelo. My view on Canelo Kovalev matchup has not changed. Kovalev, well, he did good. Listen, you guys, we know why he won this fight, and it's because Yarde, he gassed at the end. The kid's mouth is totally open. He can't pick up his arms. If you have a bad habit of leaving your hands down when you're fresh, guess what they really look like when you're tired, right? You can't even lift them, all right? Because you don't have no strength in doing that for so many rounds because you don't do it at all. So now when your muscles and everything are dead tired, now you're going to keep your hands up? Get out of here. Stop it. Now it just became target practice, and the jab is what dropped him. And now everyone is, the jab. That kid was going to fall if he missed that punch. I guarantee you that. He was going down in that round. He wanted out. I thought the best thing Timothy Bradley said that night, when he seen the kid fall early in that round, he goes, look, he don't want to get up. Did you hear that, Lee?
Yes.
Yeah, Bradley goes, he goes, he don't want to get up. Look at his body language. The kid goes down a few seconds later by a jab. Timothy knew that shit.
He did. He got one right. Joining us from Russia, Andrew. I know you're excited. None other than the Bob father himself.
Good morning, Andrew. Or tomorrow. It's tomorrow here, Andrew. How are you?
Very good.
I think it's tomorrow. So I already know the future. Guess what? Kovalev's fighting Canelo.
He punched his ticket.
He did. He'll be demanding $12 million.
Yes, sir. He'll get 10. I'm going to call 10.
Overall fight card, Andrew. I thought the Pumpkin in the co-main was a very exciting fight, and of course Kovalev put on a show. Have I told you about the vodka yet, Andrew? I've had a lot of vodka. Apparently, Russia is known for vodka and women.
That's nice. Nah, that's nice. I know. Yeah. You're still living the life, huh, Bob?
Well, no, not really. I forgot to bring my Viagra on the trip, so they just parade around and feed me vodka, which doesn't help much. Andrew, have you ever thought that this show was just designed by Lee so he could make you laugh every Sunday?
Yes, I have, especially when we had absolutely nobody listening.
Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
We were like the Floyd Mayweather back in the days when he fought for Top Rank, Lee.
Yeah, right. Now everybody listens, and I remember listening back in 2006 when he fought Danny. No, you didn't.
Hey, you know one thing about that undercard? You know one thing I noticed about the co-main event? Yeah, the co-main event. Why doesn't America like cruiserweights more? Is it me, or are these men like muscle-bound men that know how to fight?
Look, outside of Alexander Usyk, right? Who knows anything about cruiserweights? And the only reason they know about Usyk is because he's going to fight as a heavyweight. He wants to get paid. Nobody pays to see the cruiserweight.
No, in America, you're absolutely right. No one cares. In the UK, everywhere else, the cruiserweights is a division for a reason. Somebody's watching. Here in the States, for some reason, we don't watch cruiserweights that often. That fight was exciting as shit, man. Them dudes, threw bombs. Those men, those warriors, whatever you want to call them. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. Those guys are throwing bombs all night.
Is that an Andrew hot take? Hold on, Andrew hot take.
Why? What's that mean? I don't know what that is. What's a hot take? Oh, you're so stupid.
And by the way, for those wondering, this is all Raimundo's fault for going back into producer mode from Fight Net Radio days. Lee, there aren't enough sound effects. Okay. Leave Lee alone with an hour to prepare for the show. And if my computer and internet hold up, I will teach you all a lesson. There are people who probably think this is one of our best shows in a long time, Andrew, and I really don't know why they'd think that.
Well, I liked how you lined up the stories for this one. We ain't fishing today.
We ain't fishing today. I'm dropping.
Yep.
I'm dropping. I'm like, Lee is dropping it like it's a real show. Hold on.
That just sounded funny. You said Lee is dropping.
One more time. All right, cool. Hey, everyone. Go check out fightnetradio.com. And again, join us for fantasy football. This is the point where you can breathe a little. We're at the halfway point. Everybody's good. Andrew, how's your coffee supply?
It's actually very low. So, it's very low. Did you
want
hear
me
me
to
just
hit pause so you can go get coffee?
Oh, no, you don't have to do that.
All right. Well, now that you've got the baby, can you still hit text and get more coffee on demand like you did in
that's
the
what's
days?
happening. Yes, that's what's happening right now.
Nice. If sex only worked that way, wouldn't that be great? Hey, I'm in the other room naked. Come on in. Yeah, right. I know.
Right now I'm scared anyways. Now she's working at 39.
You should be in fear. The
I'm
boys
for 15 years. For 15 years, we're like, yeah, it's so hard. I don't know. It's just so hard. Now it's like, fuck, don't even look at her.
Yeah, right. It's very hard. It's very difficult, Andrew. Hi, everyone.
And to be honest with you, here's she said she had a dream last night of guess what? Yep, that happened.
Oh, you dream cheated, you bastard.
No. Oh, no, she wakes up mad if that happens. No, I'm in trouble if she dreams shit like that. She thinks there's a reason if that happens. Oh, Lee, the other day I was on speakerphone at one of my sites. Yeah. I walked through a door. And someone says hi.
Voice. Who was that? Who was that?
Oh, you're damn right.
Who was that? Joining us by phone, Andrew. Are you ready? Larissa Shields.
Hey, who was that, Andrew? Who was that? Who was that?
Get her number.
Hey!
I don't know why everybody finds that so amusing. It's the worst impression of the pile that I do. It's literally of all the stuff I do, that's literally the worst of it. Quickly, let's before we get into this week's news stories, and we have bangers of news stories. First and foremost, our buddy Sam Navajero, who you hear at the top of the show, actually do a much better job than us telling you about the fights that we don't watch. He's got a new episode of Exceptional People podcast. It will be posted up at Fight Net Radio because we support our own, Andrew. Go check out Sam's new show. Hey, there's a picture of me at the fight for everybody who was wondering. This is where I was sitting, one row behind these people. There is the lovely Lisa Veltre of Roy Jones Jr. Boxing. Wave hi to... This is a really good way to look at... I really like these panos. It doesn't look like much, but everybody was basically sitting behind me. And look at this, just for you to get in trouble, Andrew. Come on now. How exciting is that, huh? Wait for it, Andrew. Best show ever, right? It's a banger. Tell me about this photo that you put up on Fight Net Radio, Andrew. For those of you not watching the video and you're listening to this as a podcast, how do I describe this? It's a female fighter who fought on DAZN. I don't know her name because everything's in Spanish, and it was posted by Supreme Boxing. I guess it's Aleja Zilara. Did I get her name right? Should I hit the translator button so I can read this? Not only, I love it when they translate because it's not going to be right? Not only is it of what is happening, not only is it for Brazil, it actually makes sense. I take attention to the jungle because it needs it, because it's really time to do something for our future. So Aleja Zalera is buck-ass naked with pointy-ass nipples.
Well, she's on the way. She's doing the weigh-ins, dude. That's the weigh-ins for her fight.
Respect animals, respect nature, stop deforestation.
Obviously, that's why.
Look at the bullet nipples, though.
Fuck.
Are you a bullet nipple guy? Or are you a big area?
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. It's all a gift.
Good answer. I don't want your family reporting back to your wife that you actually had an opinion. But for the record, look who posted it. Andrew's family. If you're watching this video,
No, she had a statement, and I just spread it. We're in the fight community, which we call it. It is on fire.
You knew I'd see those bullet nipples and have.
No, I actually, you know what, Lee? I didn't even look at that. You just pointed that out to me right now. Swear to God.
They're bullets. I like the athletic. I got to be honest. I'm an athletic body, bullet nipple, small breast person, but that's just what I'm into currently. It could change next week to everything else I've ever dated. I don't think I have a type based on me, Andrew. You've known me a long time. Do I have a type?
That's what I mean. It's all a gift.
Hot take. If you're wondering if that's going to stay in the show forever, it might. Because it just makes Andrew laugh every time. Now, before I get to this next story, before we get to our news stories, Andrew, I realize that this is about to set something off inside of you, and I have prepared for the moment that's about to occur, and you're going to explain it. I want you to take a deep breath before I put the Andrew puppet on the screen, and you have your forum to discuss this particular post that you put up. It was also sent to me as a text because I didn't understand it at all, Andrew, not even remotely. For those of you watching the video wondering, I'm scrolling through all the videos. You can go watch the interview with Andy Ruiz. You can go see the Terrence Crawford interview. They're all doing very well, and they're very popular. Also, we have the Big Drama Show press conference.
Yeah, he's learning good English, man. You see Triple G coming into his own as a promoter here big time.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. All right, Andrew. Hold on. Get the puppet up. Hold on. I prepared for this moment, Andrew, like everything else that I do. Hold on. Ready? All right, Andrew, go ahead.
Well, Lee, I don't know why this was a surprise to you or you didn't understand my text. Last week's show, I told you, I'm connected to many Raider chat rooms on Facebook. The Raider fans are very silly sometimes. We get a news story and we'll share that thing 1,000 times on the same 4 or 5 chat rooms like nobody's seen it the whole day. There has never once been a report about the Raiders' Hard Knocks ratings going through the roof, or the Raiders' Hard Knock ratings the highest the NFL's ever seen, HBO's ever seen, setting big marks. Nothing. And right after I gave that little brief statement, whatever you want to call it, to my Fight Net Radio fans, the next week we got this. Hard Knocks 3rd episode, Lee, the 3rd, not the 1st, not the 2nd, but the 3rd episode, delivered 772,000 views from its Tuesday premiere night, per HBO spokesman. The top-rated market was in Pittsburgh. HBO said that the ratings among HBO homes in the Pittsburgh market were more than 3 times ahead of the national average. That including California and Nevada, correctly?
Yes. And
this is not a good look for the Raiders in Oakland or the Raiders moving to Las Vegas. I told you guys before, the Raider Nation is a lot smaller than the NFL gives it credit for. They try to act like the Raiders can move anywhere in America and they would have a sold-out crowd, and that is absolutely not the case, and this viewership shows us that. 772,000. Lee, there's 2 Mexicans that weigh 126 pounds that could get more views than that in L.A. fighting in a ring than the Oakland Raiders and the NFL are pulling in for HBO right now. I'm dead serious. You keep telling me that these guys are going to have sellouts in Las Vegas, and I'm calling it bullshit, and I'm sticking with it. I told you he backstabbed his true fan base. That's Central and Northern California. Yes, we have dabs of Southern California still coming up here and watching the Oakland Raiders, but his fan base was Central and Northern California, and he has backstabbed us for the last time. We will not follow him to Las Vegas. You will fail, Mark. You will sell. Hopefully it's for $1 billion and you can end your life a billionaire anyways, and fuck what your father did. I can't believe you didn't know that, Lee. 772,000 views? Are you fucking serious? Last time I checked, didn't HBO have like 21 million homes? Isn't the NFL the most watched thing on Sunday all the time? Where's our Raider Nation at?
No, let's catch you up. Floyd did a video. Singer got interviewed by Ellie Skirbach, ES News for those of you who don't know, where he punched a heavy bag, did backflips, and a bunch of other weird shit in the video. And then, Andrew, he went on to say this. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s father suggested that his son will fight Manny Pacquiao once again, despite both men being over the age of 40. The pair fought in May of 2015. After years of clamor for them to pit wits, with Mayweather claiming a unanimous decision victory. I'm really looking forward to see them doing it again, he said at a press conference for Ronald Johnson bout against Sergio Ramirez. I am not worried about Pacquiao. He can outthink Floyd up here. He can't outthink Floyd up here. There we go. You okay?
Oh, you can hear that?
Of course.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'm putting my hand over the damn thing. Sorry, Lee.
That's all right.
I thought
what
I
do you
could
think
cover...
about Floyd's...
It's bullshit.
No,
Listen. It's bullshit, Lee. If they're going to fight, great. If Floyd's coming back, it has to be Pacquiao. He's in no shape to fight anybody else that's younger. So it has to be Pacquiao. My thing is, they floated it out long enough. He's been making money off just saying that he's going to fight him, so why should we believe him? How do we know Floyd didn't tell his dad to run out there and tell everyone that, so then Floyd could get another company to go, oh, can we do a bogus announcement? We'll give you $2 million. We'll put you on video. You can say you're thinking about fighting him now. I'm over Floyd Mayweather, dude. Like, he's fucking, 42, 43 years old. Even if he was to lose today, nobody would care. No, one, they don't care about him no more because he's not in his prime. There's nothing. And it's so over. We're so over the Floyd Mayweather thing. So I don't care about his dad saying that the rematch is probably going to happen. The rematch, just like the first fight, is years overdue. Nobody's going to care when it happens. Yes, you're going to have Floyd fans and Manny fans that will pay the money to watch this. The general public, the casual fans, they're not going to give a fuck about this fight when it's finally made. And then when they see Floyd's age, what's he going to be, 43, 44, 45? Like, nope, not giving up a Saturday for this fight. So I think it's bogus. I think Floyd honestly believes unless somebody is going to throw him a half of $1 billion to come back on a 3-fight deal, Lee, he's not doing it. I do not see Floyd coming back for one fight. It's got to be a multi-fight deal, and it's got to be the highest paid contract given to an athlete of all time. It's the only way it happens. It hasn't happened yet. You know, I thought DAZN was going to do it. It almost seemed like DAZN needed Floyd to get their platform really off here in America. Yes, Saul did good. Floyd would have set them off big time. So my money was on DAZN to put all their chips into Floyd Mayweather's 3 fights. It hasn't happened yet. Look, we heard rumors of PBC selling. Didn't know if he was holding out for Al Heyman, giving him a little leverage on the sale of that company. Now it's being told that once they went and started digging into the PBC, they found out none of those fighters are under contract. So the PBC is like a bogus banner. You know that's going to end in court. So I don't know if that's being sold anymore. It doesn't sound like it if it doesn't have one fucking fighter under the banner. So what is Floyd doing? Nothing. He's just making money off rumors. I'm not falling for it. And when he comes back, great that he's fighting a 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao. years after when he was supposed to. Don't care about him no more.
That's drink for those of you who are playing the drinking game along with the show. Next news story, Andrew. I know you're excited. Eddie Hearn has clarified. There we go. Updated on the Dillian White situation. The body snatcher beat Oscar Rivas on points on July 20th, though it was subsequently revealed that a UCOD test returned 3 days earlier stated that there were banned substances in his system. So this is what the boxing voice again. How are they getting interviews?
Well, they go to the fights and they actually do work.
Hold on. That sounded like a hot take moment on Fight Net Radio. Hold on.
No, Raymundo's going to change that for us, Lee. Don't worry about it. I expect Raymundo to get us some interviews here very shortly.
Captain Wrong? He's now nicknamed Captain Wrong.
That poor guy. Hey, that's a tough break entering the radio world. Man.
Okay, so in truth, I don't know. Dillian White's dealing with that. Dillian White had a hearing before the fight to determine whether he was allowed to fight or not. He was cleared to fight. Understand this: if they believe that he was cheating or he had a banned substance in his body that they were performance enhancing, he would not have been allowed to fight on that night. So you'll have to wait until the full issued statement comes from UCOD. It ain't going to be long, and you can make up your own mind. I believe that this will prove his innocence completely. So why is Deontay Wilder once again having another guy who's scheduled to fight him come test dirty? I think Joshua or Tyson Fury that actually made the comment that they felt that it was a little fixed beyond words that this happened with another Deontay Wilder fighter.
It's going to be a bad look on Deontay Wilder's legacy if he has one, right? If he continues the path he does, he will have a legacy. This will taint it a little because he had the Povetkin fight totally blew up in their face. They were sued and they lost, okay? And it happened in America. The Povetkin team was awarded like $3 or $4 million. That's not a good look for the champ. He literally bailed out of a country on a lie, on a flat out lie, and he didn't defend his title. And now you got this one. And we all know he's been running from Dillian White. Now, is he running because he's scared of Dillian White? Absolutely not. He's running from Dillian White because there's bigger money out there for him to get. Dillian White is just not the guy that he wants to put his risk his belts on. You know, and you got guys in the stable already at PBC. You got Al Heyman in your ear asking you only to fight PBC guys. The Tyson Fury thing's a gold mine waiting to be exposed, right? They got at least 2 more fights in that one. So that's why he's not fighting Dillian White. But it's still an excuse, and this is still bad. If this sample, or they come to the conclusion that this guy was not dirty for the fight, and that's why he was able to fight, the WBC needs to immediately put Dillian White as the mandatory. I don't even know if they canceled the Ortiz fight. I don't know what they do, but how much longer does Dillian White have to wait if he is cleared of this dirty test? It's a real bad situation. I'm over the WBC, and it's you know that, Lee. You've been over them for years.
Years.
Yeah, it's just, and then Deontay. This is a bad look for Deontay if this test comes back clean. He needs. I don't know what he needs to do, but it's just sad for the sport altogether.
There you go. Eddie Hearn still continued to make news, Andrew. I know, really exciting, right? Eddie Hearn on Dana White. Eddie Hearn said, you can't dominate and control fighters like you do in the UFC.
It's true.
Nice.
No, it's true.
Dana White has been making media rounds as of lately talking up Zuffa boxing without fully revealing his plans. The UFC president recently told Helen Yee. Who's Helen Yee?
And Lee.
Yeah.
Real fast on Eddie Hearn real quick. The reason why Andy Ruiz had to make the statement was because they got a lawsuit handed to him from a New York judge from Eddie Hearn if he didn't accept that Saudi Arabia match. On the contract that he signed the first time, it was stated Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua would have all the rights to the sale of that fight, the venue of that fight, the everything. They had it all. Al Heyman totally signed off on Andy Ruiz, you guys. He did not expect that young man to win that night in Madison Square Garden. Or believe me, that contract would have been different. So Andy Ruiz needs to blame Al Heyman for the position that he's in right now. Granted, with that being said, I don't know how Eddie Hearn can get him out there if the guy claims he's injured and, I pulled a back muscle, I'm out for 6 months, right? He can pull something like that, Lee, and he's done, he's on the shelf. This fight goes away. Anthony Joshua will have to move on. I don't know what's going to happen. But Al Heyman is the one who put Andy Ruiz in this bad situation of now having to go to Saudi Arabia to defend his titles. Yes, he makes money. He's making $10 million. He ain't making a dime fucking more because it's in contract already. So everyone needs to stop with he has to pay him more. He has to pay him more. No, he doesn't. He set out a lawsuit. That lawsuit said, boy, you better get your ass back in that ring because you bought a mansion, you bought a car, you bought a watch. You got to get back to fighting. So stupid. Yeah.
Eddie Hearn on Zuffa Boxing. You can't dominate and control fighters like you did in the UFC. Dana White has been making the media rounds as of late talking up Zuffa Boxing without fully revealing his plans. The UFC president recently told Helen Yee of MMA Fighting about how he wants to fix boxing's broken and oft-criticized model that includes the approach to how fighters are promoted and built up throughout their careers. The way he sees it, Zuffa will operate in a similar function as the UFC. It's the sport and the politics in the sports, and it's always been that way. And if somebody doesn't change it, it is always going to be that way, White said to MMA Fighting. Eddie Hearn had this to say. I think Dana White is a very intelligent man, Hearn said. I think he's a great promoter, as well as a lot of the stuff that he's done in the UFC. I'll be honest, I've copied a lot of it. They've done a great job. I think the difference is he's going to find it very difficult in boxing compared to the UFC. It's not a sport that you can go in and dominate the fighters, control the fighters, get them signed to contracts to fight ultimately however they're told to fight, which is the UFC model. Andrew, reaction.
I think he's absolutely right here. Sometimes success in people's lives is on timing, and I think the UFC came in at great time. They tapped into sports that did not get coverage, combat sports like mixed martial arts and every martial arts that competes in that kind of style. The American wrestler. I mean, how many wrestlers watch this sport because they know other wrestlers are in it, and where did they really get to see these guys perform their skills at this type of level? Boxing's been here from the very beginning. Dana White and Zuffa are going to really need to make a splash with some heavy names if they want to get their platform off. It's not going to be able to do it with Joe Blow from Minnesota who boxes on the weekends and, after work. And that works in the UFC, man. Dead serious. You have guys like Nate Diaz all day go in and win a few matches, have a few losses, and sell millions of tickets. That don't work in boxing. None of this shit does. You don't see guys with 17 losses on main pay-per-view main event cards. And you do in the UFC all the time. I know they've gotten better. They've got like a new turnover of fighters, so all the records look fresh. But if you watch, a lot of their guys, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning. At the very end, these guys got some crazy records. And in boxing, it happens. We've seen the Durans and the Chavezes and the guys that stay way too long and their losses just keep climbing. But overall in boxing, you need undefeated records. About after 4 losses, you start getting on the downside of your career. Shit, we've seen some guys, they get 2 losses and people write them off like they were has-beens. Miguel Cotto being one of the worst. I've seen that happen to. So I don't know what Zuffa is going to do. When Zuffa was planning on buying the PBC or when that rumor hit, that is something they needed. Big-time names right away. Now you're in the sport. You're a player. with the news coming out that the PBC might not even own any of those fighters, who are they going to turn to? I mean, Conor McGregor's punching old men. He's raping women or alleged, right? Sexual assault on a woman. He punched a man. I mean, the guy's got issues. Oh, you're cutting me off. My hot take was
No. I was hot taking the raping the women.
Well, he has a serious charge over there in Ireland. So I don't know what they're gonna do, Lee. It doesn't look. I mean, look at you guys. I've told you this already many times. And I'm gonna stick with it. There's too many platforms for our sport right now. Yesterday, knockout after knockout, mismatch after mismatch on these undercards. Boring fights. One guy beating the fuck out of the other. You're waiting basically for the main events nowadays. There's many Saturdays where I can go, you know what? It's going to record. I already know who's going to win. I'm turning into Lee Honish. They haven't made me do that. Remember when boxing used to be two platforms that all the sport, that
was a hot take.
That the whole sport was trying to get on? Remember that, people? Remember when every promoter wanted to be on Showtime and HBO and you had the best fighting the best to get there? Now how many motherfucking platforms do we have? Yesterday we had ESPN app at fucking 7 in the morning, 9 in the morning, whenever that started. Then you turn on DAZN in the afternoon. Then you turn on PBC Fox Sports Night in the end. That our Saturdays never used to be like this. At the most, you had 2 fights, and then they used to work it out. Thank you, babe. And there's my coffee. Thank you, baby.
Right at the end of the show, so you're jacked up for the entire day. Your wife is awesome.
Dude, it's insane, though. It's insane. We have too many platforms. I don't know where Zuffa fits in. If Zuffa took one of the platforms, fine, great. Maybe they run it better than what Al Heyman was doing, because really, Al Heyman fucking dropped the ball big time on Andy Ruiz. Seriously, you guys, he would have controlled the whole heavyweight division if he had any faith in his fighters. He likes playing it safe.
You okay?
Yeah. No, I think Eddie Hearn's correct. I don't know where they're going to go, and I'm not really interested in another fucking platform, Lee. I'm not really interested in my Saturday.
They already have their own platform. It's called UFC Fight Pass. They've
exactly.
got it.
Well, I was going to just say that. I'm not really interested in watching now on a dude, my Saturday was way long yesterday already. I'm sorry. Dude, even people that like football don't watch all fucking 16 NFL games on Sunday. I'm sorry, they don't.
Came up, you know what? You know what's going to happen? They're going to create a game pass just like that for boxing, right? I'll pay a service, $5 a month. You'll have all the fights on the screen, right? And you'll just jump to the final 30 seconds.
Are too greedy. Lee, these guys are too greedy. Saul Alvarez, people, think about this. Saul Alvarez to fight Sergey Kovalev, they're going to have to come up with almost $50 million up front just to get those 2 men in the ring. Who else is making any money that day?
I agree. I completely agree.
It's insane. It's got to stop. You know what? It looked good in the beginning. I see a lot of mismatches. I see a lot of boring fights. You already know who the winner. You don't know how it's going to happen. You know, I'll give them that. But when you're seeing an undefeated kid versus someone with 5 losses and 10 fights, yeah, I'm highly thinking that the kid that's undefeated is going to beat this guy for his 6th loss in 10 fights. I mean, yesterday we're watching pro debut versus 1-1. We're watching 3-0 versus what was that guy, like 17 and 165? Are you fucking shitting me? That made DAZN? He had 100 and something losses, Lee. I literally thought it was an error when I seen it on TV. I was like, they messed up. No, they didn't. That was his record.
You went on BoxRec and confirmed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's watered down. It's watered down. It needs to stop. We have fighters that don't even have futures, like Terrence Crawford. He doesn't even have a future right now because everyone's playing bitch and wants to stay on their own platform.
That was a hot take. If you're playing this as a drinking game on the air horn, you should be plastered at this point. Man. I feel like each show should have its own built-in drinking game. All right. Let's get to the final 2 stories, and these are just for my own personal entertainment. Female boxing champion fights off robber in Chicago by reportedly hits in the groin. Yeah, that's a real sentence.
Nice.
A boxing champion fought off 2 Chicago muggers. Hold on. Stop.
What?
Stop making noise. You can't hear it. I can. A boxing champion fought off 2 Chicago muggers, repeatedly hitting one of them in the groin. I just kept throwing my right hand to his balls, she told Block Club Chi. I don't even know what Block Club Chi is, but that's hilarious to me. There's no way to sugarcoat that or put it nicely.
You know what? Fuck waterboarding. I think they should put that in as the new torture. A boxing champion, right hands to the nuts or you talk.
Repeatedly.
That's a fucked up night. Yeah,
repeatedly. Keyword. Hold on. Repeatedly. That's a great keyword. Repeatedly. She's a champion. She's female Golden Gloves. I'll make the blind assumption. So, you can brush it and it would be torturous.
Exactly.
And she's shooting it multiple times like she's doing bag work. Get it? Bag work? Funny. That one amused me. All right.
And not only that, she's hitting them with the force that she's being robbed. You know what I mean? There's a lot of power going behind. This is not playtime. She was beating them. Yeah.
She's not screwing around with this.
Exactly.
Great news story. I just love this story to no end. There is no follow-up to it. There's no comment from the mugger, who is reportedly probably having blood drained from his testicles at this moment. But I'm sure that taught him a lesson, definitely.
I wonder if she popped anything.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they would swell up big time. Big balls.
Work, Andrew. Get it?
Big blue balls that day. Big purple. That's not blue balls. That's purple
balls. That's not blue balls. That's purple balls. No doubt. Last story for this week, Andrew. Jake Paul claims he'll knock the F out of Fauci YouTube.
You missed it, Lee. Gosh darn it.
What?
I thought you had Jake. When I seen Jake Paul, I thought you did it. You didn't see what Jake Paul did this week, huh?
Okay, tell me what Jake Paul,
Logan our heaviveight champ, threw a party at the Cartel Mansion this week, Lee. Damn it.
No, you're kidding me.
Nope. No.
And I missed it.
Naked sushi women in lingerie as waitresses.
Andy Ruiz had a party where
at the mansion. It already happened.
Showed up, and the Pauls showed up.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold on, I gotta Google this.
I knew you.
This is bigger than the story that. This is a scorch. Wait, hold on. This.
Lee, that's why. Hey, Lee, I'm gonna tell you. I would first time I tried to set it up. Leave you with the setup. When I said cars, mansion, watch.
Scorching hot take, Andrew.
When I said cars, watch, and mansion, I was gonna say party. But I said no. He has it at the last story. I seen Jake. I was like, I'm gonna leave it.
Andrew Ruiz, Jake Paul party video. Please let that work. No.
They got photos.
Jake
they
Paul
got photos. I seen 10 pictures already
online.
I've seen 10 photos on the There you go.
This is better than my story. By the way, I was just going to throw this out. I'm personally going to come out of retirement and offer Jake and Logan simultaneously a grappling match. Winner take all for the internet. I'm all over it, Andrew.
Those are young guys, Lee. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I'll take them both in the same night. 10-minute rounds. 10 minutes each.
10 minutes.
I'm not boxing them. They're in better shape, bro.
No, I know that. Hey, wrestling's hard too. Come on now.
I know. I could handle that. That's just a bad day at the office for me. That's just like doing a Pan Am tournament or something.
Hey, Lee, does he have a pinky ring on?
Yeah, that would be a pinky ring right there, bro. So the Sun is reporting, oh, Andy, you really put these photos out for your birthday party? Andy Ruiz threw a lavish bash complete with waitresses and lingerie guests and naked sushi girls. The Mexican-American spent the night off training for his rematch against Anthony Joshua as he threw a white party at his California mansion. Would you really call that a mansion, Andrew?
It's a big house. You know, come on, Lee. Give him some credit.
It's a very big house, yes. Andy Ruiz, who's sporting a pinky ring in this photo, go watch the video if you're listening to the audio, had naked sushi girls. God. Can you imagine? Okay, hold on. Let's stop right here, Andrew. You're married with kids, and you've decided for your birthday to have naked sushi girls at your party.
Maybe his wife decided to have them. You don't know. You don't know.
Had a white party at his mansion. You know, it looks better when you put it all in white, I guess, and add lights and streamers. And he's just going to put through that money, isn't he?
He burnt through it. Not burned. He already burnt. He fuck that. You know he paid for it all, bro. It's all him. He is
literally living out the Buster Douglas ending. He's literally living out the Buster Douglas.
And this is what's bad about social media, Lee. They can do it right in front of our eyes now. We just watch.
No. For me, it's fantastic. I mean, I can't. As a guy who basically built a show on the platform of pointing out that fighters do stupid stuff like football players. I mean, that's really ultimately at the end of the day, Fight Net Radio was designed to be, boxers are just as stupid as football players. That's really kind of the point. And occasionally I get a good fight. Yeah, this is spectacular. This is literally
the girl on the left don't look too impressed with the girl in the lingerie, huh?
I like the girl in the lingerie.
No, the girl on the left though. You see her face?
Her, yes.
Her man looks pretty happy. See how he's all smiling, but his wife isn't smiling.
That's the boyfriend. That's the wife. And is she Latina with the blonde hair? Is she doing the Latina with the blonde hair thing, or is she a white chick? Would that even be funnier? He's got a white party with white chicks.
Hey, Lee, you know he's in trouble just because of this photo, right? This dude is in trouble today because of this picture being online.
Yeah. It showed up in Andy friggin' Instagram.
She might have left him. She might have left last night.
Oh, she didn't get. Number one, he didn't get laid. 100%.
No.
100% he didn't get laid. He's getting shots from a half-naked woman. She's losing her shit in that photo. Great.
That's a Mets kid, too. She might cut him tonight. He might have gotten cut when he got home.
Oh, so great. I highly recommend for everybody. I will cut this piece out. It will be its own independent video on Fight Net Radio. For sure.
Go sleep with that puta.
The heavyweight pocketed close to $5 million for his shock title win against Anthony Joshua in June. The newly crowned unified champ splashed the cash on a personalized luge ice sculpture with his initials on it.
Oh, yeah, it's in the photos. Oh, Lee, you're missing it all.
Oh, I got to click on these.
You got to click on the photos.
All right. Let's go through them. I don't know how I'm going to keep you up on the screen simultaneously.
Oh, take me off. It's bigger than that.
All right, hold on. Let me take my picture down and give everybody a zoom in on this. Let's start with photo number one and examine these closely. Photo number one, Andy with the pinky ring. How much do you think the jewelry in photo number one?
No doubt. A few $100,000 probably right there, man.
I'm going to be nice and just go with it. Let's just go that he bought the cheap fake stuff in New York and he spent under $10,000. Come on.
No, Lee, come on. These guys
bought the real stuff.
Bro, when you get $5 million, I think you're going for real stuff, man. $100,000 don't look like shit when you have $5 million in your account.
All right.
I hope it's real. I hope and I don't hope. I don't know.
I know it's real. Andy's gonna be living alone. It's gonna. What was the movie about the boxer during the Depression? Why am I blanking?
Oh,
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. $1 million. No, fuck. What was it called? Cinderella Man. Cinderella Man.
Yeah, Cinderella Man, right? So I picture Andy Ruiz living in his place, selling off his furniture and his jewelry in a big empty house because he bought the house cash, right?
Yep.
That'll take years before it's repoed by the feds for not paying taxes. So he's just living in his house, selling his furniture and his jewelry. And
At the very least, Lee, hopefully because he's in a bad area, probably right on the border, he'll get to squat in that mansion for years because no one will buy the property.
Years and years. Well, I just know this from my day job. Let's say that he didn't and he got a loan on it. Years just squatting these days in California. Just years. Naked sushi girls. All right. I don't even know what to say on this. Assuming that this was Andy's idea, this can't be his wife's idea. None of this, like literally the photos that I've seen already, none of this is his wife's idea. He had to have said out loud, I want one of those naked sushi girls. How much does that cost? What do you think a naked sushi girl costs?
I have no idea.
I'm just trying to figure out the price on this. All right, so we're at $250,000 in photo one, right?
Yeah, easy.
I'm sure she's not the only naked sushi girl. There's probably 2 naked sushi girls who lay while you eat fish off their fish. I'm trying to keep it clean for the kids in the car. $10,000 for the naked sushi girls with the sushi.
I would hope. All right, seems like a lot, but maybe I don't really know that life. It might be.
I feel like we need to look that up. How much?
Hell yeah.
For a naked sushi girl for party. I guarantee there's a website to get that.
Might have found a new job right now.
The Art of Naked Sushi. We could scale any party. Yes. There you go. You can just book it online.
Yes.
Let's just book it for the big next Fight Net Radio party, bro. Contact us. Services.
I don't want one with tattoos. Come on.
Fresh ingredients, be bold, never boring. Well, you're right. It's not boring. Advanced booking, best sushi chefs, large or small. You don't have prices. They're Playboy models. I can get Playboy models to lay naked with sushi on them.
You know what? You're right. It's probably $10,000. Yeah.
And so far, every server he's gotten, I like the fact that he's going with the all Latina crowd. That's a nice move, Andy. It's a really nice move. I don't even know what to say about this photo. Decorations for the party. Let's just go with a low number, Andrew. $5,000 for the lights and all the rentals and all the party equipment.
Yep.
On the cheap end.
Easy. Easy.
Do we need to discuss?
Probably has a cousin that's a DJ, right? Every Mexican family has one family member who's still a DJ.
All right. His cousin Victor here in the photo with his wife Anna, where he's excited to be getting a shot from the half-naked.
Anna not so happy.
Oh, Anna is not happy in that photo, bro.
No.
He didn't get laid. And he's now out back in the next photo, popping tops with a saber.
And what do you think? What do you think that bottle costs? Is that the $1,000 bottle, the $10,000 bottle? What do they pop in there?
I don't know, but he's freshly cut too. So let's just go with another $10,000 on food and beverage for the party, Andrew. So I'm trying to get this Instagram up. This is the one that kills me. Really?
Yeah, that could be expensive, man.
You went full ice sculpture. Bro. Oh.
Every big cartel guy at his birthday.
He's got a logo now, Andrew. He didn't have a logo before the fight. So he's also paid for somebody to create an Anthony Ruiz logo.
Have you ever seen a drug movie that didn't have an ice sculpture in their big party scene?
Very funny.
Serious. I ain't lying. Stop me when I lie. Living the life.
She kind of looks white. She's got tattoos. This is not for you, Andrew. She's probably part Latina, right? She kind of looks it. I mean, I wouldn't throw rocks at her or kick her out of a moving car. I mean,
even those girls costed, right? He had to pick those up from somewhere. That ain't with the naked sushi people.
Well, no, he's close to the border, bro. You could go over to TJ and get a lot of girls cheap. Wouldn't it be better if he did this all on the cheap? I mean, it would be so much funnier, right? Like
they just got a block of ice and his cousin cut it out.
Right. Like the girls are kind of messed up. Their eyes are pointing in different
She
directions.
all went to high school with them. She did it for free.
Yeah. Went to TJ, picked up a couple of girls, kind of thing.
It's gone. The money's gone. The money's gone.
Photos show that the money's gone, bro.
Yeah.
I love the fact that all the girls are in lingerie. It's just so ridiculous.
And there's Paul's. Oh, go back. That's Jake Paul.
Logan Paul. All right.
Logan Paul.
Okay. Shout out to Logan and Jake. I'm putting it out there. 2 IBJJF rounds. I really only need 5 minutes probably to choke him out, Andrew. Probably. So we can go IBJJF rounds, 2 5-minute rounds, grappling. I think they're probably better boxers than me based on the fact that that's what they do with all of their off time is work out and box. So I'm not going to be stupid here, Andrew. I'm going to play to my strengths. As you know, Andrew, all I need to do is compete in the world champions, and I can declare.
Are these the guys that already had that pay-per-view fight with the other rapper?
Yes, KSI, KRS.
Yeah, I remember that.
MNLOP. I can't keep up on that horse.
Didn't do anything for either one's career.
They're dumbass white guys who went to Andy Ruiz's party. So shout out to the Pauls. I am happy to take on both Pauls same night. I don't even need pay-per-view, Andrew. I don't need pay-per-view. It'd just be my pleasure to choke them out so that they go away. Just saying it out loud.
Just not let go.
I'm not gonna let go. Fuck it. Somebody's got to put them down, bro.
Look, this last picture, this last one is the one I was like, what is this about?
She's having marshmallow. I guess she's the dessert bar because those are marshmallows. So we have naked dessert bar as well. He's just a fucking nut, dude. I don't even know what this is. Is she getting banged in this photo?
That's what
Is she getting it up the... Joining us by phone is Clarissa Shields.
Hey, that's the face.
Who's back there? That's what she's saying.
Oh my God. Andy, bro, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me, Andy.
No, keep it up, though. Keep it up. I hope you go to Saudi. Can you imagine if he wins in Saudi Arabia now, Lee? Can you imagine the joy that we're going to get?
I'm going to say this. If he beats Andy Ruiz again, I'm all in based on his lifestyle. I'm all in. I will become the biggest Andy Ruiz fan ever. Because if this is the stuff he's going to do with his money, he's way better than Floyd Mayweather, right? He is the Mexican Floyd Mayweather. It is so great because this is like giving money to everybody I ever grew up with. Okay, this is like an East LA wet dream. I don't even know what to say about this, bro. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm literally speechless. It's fantastic.
You should have had that Loco song, Go Loco, playing. How many times do you think they played that on that night?
Bro. He's got a logo. He went to, and I guarantee it, he wants the best. Who did Canelo hire for his logo? I want that logo. What, Andy? No, Andy. No.
Let's win the rematch. Let's win the rematch. Then you get a logo.
Getting logos and jewelry made. Look, the logo's in the jewelry. He didn't have that logo before
the
fight,
custom.
Bro.
No, that's custom made.
That's custom. He had to get a logo so that he could get it carved into everything. I'm surprised because he got his head shaved. He didn't get the logo carved into the side of his head. Go full Mikey Garcia.
And you know he's a Raider fan. That's one thing I love Andy for. Yes. He's a Raider. He is part of the Raider Nation.
Of course he is.
It's my brother.
I think if you are born Mexican-American, you automatically, by default, become a Raiders fan. Like, you get a Raider ticket handed to you at birth. Like, it comes with the kit. It comes with the child kit. Like, when you leave the hospital, here's your Raider jersey.
And to be honest with you, Raider fans that are still listening, if I have any out there, big story about Al Davis in this issue of Sports Illustrated this month. It's a really nice article. So check that out.
It's a stressful episode, Andrew. We have to end with the girl getting anal as we go out back.
Oh, you don't know if that's what's happening. Stop it. You go back away. She's just dancing, Lee. She's just dancing.
Go to fightnetradio.com. If you,
I don't even know why he made it.
I'm saying this to the podcast people. If you don't go to Fight Net Radio and see the Andy Ruiz video that we just did, like this one, trust me, I'm going to clip it off. There will be just an Andy Ruiz video. You are hurting yourself for not going and looking at these photos. You are not a fan of Fight Net Radio if you don't join us as we go photo by photo and appreciate the meltdown of it. If he gets knocked out, it's so much better, Andrew. I don't even know what to say. I really, really want him to get knocked out. I also really, really want him to win. I'm torn on what I want as his outcome, to be perfectly honest. Either one is a win for me from an entertainment perspective as a guy who promotes content. I'm just telling you that this little segment of Fight Net Radio, when I send this out, will be the most viral thing. I thought the Raider take might be the viral piece. I'm wrong, right? This is the viral piece that I was shooting for, Andrew. I mean, the Raider one will be strong, but this will be the girl getting anal. I'm going to title it, The Girl Getting Anal at Andy Ruiz's Party. I'm saving that image.
No, don't label it that. Remember, you were trying to get into the Andy Ruiz fight.
No, we're not. I'm not going to Saudi Arabia, bro. I'm not.
Put what's happening in this photo? Your thoughts.
Caption this. No, here's what everybody puts. Caption this.
Yeah.
Ow. No, she looks like she's happy about it. She's into it. I'm going to stop so Andrew doesn't get in additional trouble. Go to Fight Net
I'm
Radio.
out. I checked out a few minutes ago.
Click on the Facebook link. Go to the Facebook page. There are 3 spots. I just got an email during this presentation. There are only 3 spots remaining. 3 spots remaining before Monday night. If by noon those 3 spots are still not filled by any of you regulars, I am going to blast it in all the forums and fill up those last 3 spots for people I don't know, which won't be as fun for me. I'm just saying that out loud. It just won't be as fun for me. So go to fightnetradio.com. You can scroll down on our Facebook page or just type in FNR Rocks, FNR.ROCKS. It'll take you right over to our fantasy page. Draft is Monday night at 8 o'clock. Do you love the fact that I put a commissioner photo up for me, Andrew, of me in a suit?
Very
How
nice.
How funny is that
shit?
I think it's hilarious. So we have 7 teams. I'm pretty happy at 7 teams. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, we
Andrew.
get all-star. Yeah, you get an all-star roster, man. Big
You
point.
do.
Big points.
I don't even know. I don't want to review you right now. Does Yahoo not know that I'm trying to do a show and they want me to do?
They're trying to pump Yahoo. They know how to do it.
They know. Yeah, they do. All right, there you guys go. Go to fightnetradio.com. Click on the link. Go to FNR Rock. Sign up. There are 3 spots. Monday noon is your last chance because I'm going to blast it out and fill up the last 3 slots. Or should I leave it open, Andrew, and we just have a wide open league where everybody has nothing but crazy-ass superstars? You want to play?
Whatever happens, even if you get 10 guys, we're still going to have good teams. It really doesn't matter.
You're not going to play all Raiders, and Will's not going to play all 49ers?
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be about 4 or 5 on my roster. No, I don't cut my team short.
All right. There you guys go. We appreciate all of you listening. We'll get you some midweek content. I can't stress the Andy Ruiz video. If you do nothing else in this life, if you're asking me what is the latest work of art by Fight Net Radio, the Andy Ruiz video. It is to die for. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Fight Night! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!